Money, I think money future, a lot of people always ask the question, how do you determine what's money future? My understanding money future is anything that does not put cash in your pocket within a 30, 60, 90 days.
Yeah, it's a future.
It's a future.
It could be a 6 months, could be a year, 2 years.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
To me, me personally, money now is anything I can get money paid in 30, 60, 90 days.
Yeah, 30,
like that's my general threshold, right? And the reason I have that threshold is because, let me ask you this question. If your income stopped, could you survive 30, 60, 90 days? If you don't have, some of you guys, your money now might be, you got to get paid this week. Because if you don't get paid, you're not going to survive next week. Okay?
That's not a good scenario, by the way.
Yeah. If you've got enough money to survive for 3 months, then you can stretch out your money now to 3 months.
Exactly. Make sense? Yep. This, I like to use this all the time.
That's so cool.
What I call the Batcave moment. The Batcave moment. So all my team, like everybody knows, I have Batcave moment. Right? They would know. Desmond knows the best.
Master Wayne.
What does that mean? What is a Batcave moment?
Means he's in the Batcave. He's thinking. He's on the whiteboard. He's strategizing, and he's getting ready for a big pivot. There's a bunch of big ideas coming up.
Yeah, usually that's even beyond thinking time.
Yeah,
it's something else. It's a very, very sacred and zen moment for me, right? So
what am I not seeing? Or you're asking those kind of questions.
I have times where I block out for the Batcave time, right? So when I'm in the Batcave, what it means is these are my rules, right? If I get into it, it's I unplug the phone, I close the door. Jenny knows, so I would know. So when I close the door, she knows I'm having the Batcave moment. I'm in my office. Unless the building's on fucking fire, you do not come in, you do not call, like nothing, okay? Nothing, no distraction, total like zone in. It's like almost like an athlete, right? You're getting ready for a fight. This is like, this is me battling with myself, right? Yeah. Batcave moment, they know, like nobody bothers me. I would have like all my tea, all that ready, right? Right, in my office, right? Like, just bathroom, that's it. Like, I'm in there, do not bother me. That's eliminate all distractions. Total, there's no one distracts me. Okay, so very, very important. Like, very, very important. And those are the times where I come up with breakthrough strategies and ideas that take us to a whole nother level.
Alex asked a question, which I think it falls into this. Sifu, do we need a few minutes rest time in between every task? As I have packed schedules doing a few projects and they do go session by session without rest. I totally understand that. When I'm closing on calls, you gotta have that 15 minutes. Yeah.
That's why I recommend all my closers, if you're closing on the phone, 45 minutes.
Yep.
Give yourself that 15-minute break. Yep. Right? You might go to the bathroom, you might go grab a drink.
Prepare, look at the next call,
before the
write
next call,
notes.
Look at the prospect, look at the profile and things like that. Maybe do some research. So I say, give yourself that buffer.
Or even sometimes, when you have a long day, being able to walk up and down the stairs, go outside, have some fresh air.
Do something, stretch, like move around, right? Like
you had 3-4 bad calls that did not convert.
Before you go into it again, right? Yeah, do that. Stretch, do whatever you need to do. This is beyond the scope of this class, but human beings were actually not designed to work long hours. It's very interesting. Like there's a lot of science research. I don't have time to get on all that, but human beings were actually not designed. You know how, notice, if let's say you're in front of a computer.
Yes.
See if this is true. You're in front of a computer, you're working on it, let's say 2, 3, 4 hours straight, non-stop. You notice how you lose focus and you get fatigue. Yeah. Right?
Productivity.
You notice like you can see like at first first hour, but then even you're doing the work, but after a few hours you're like you feel your productivity is going down after like 4 or 5 hours, right?
Hey, how long we been here anyways?
37 minutes.
What? 37 minutes? That's insane.
Yeah, so because human beings were not designed to do that. Our brain and all that, we actually design the way that we work as more like a sprint, right? So work intensely, could be 40, 45 minutes, 50 minutes.
Yes.
Break. Then do another 45-minute break, right? That's how I recommend you to schedule your time. We're not designed to work 5-6 hours straight, no break. Yep. You're your productivity, right? You're not very productive after a few hours because we are not designed. That's why we lose focus and you kind of see the stuff blurry in front of you.
Yeah.
You're not as sharp, you're not as clear.
Or we start to look for distractions because you're feeling your work is not as fun or productive. Sifo, what do you do if a task you're working on right now takes you longer than expected? Creating the copy as expected, do you shift to the next task or do you pause the current task and move to the second task?
I love the question, which leads to secret number 5. I'm going to circle back to the question.
Yeah.
Okay. Time blocking. Blocking out the time. So I want to ask you this question, okay? So imagine you have an appointment with your doctor. Imagine you have an appointment with a doctor, right? It could be eye doctor, it could be a back doctor, doesn't matter. Imagine you have an appointment with a doctor. Are you going to make the appointment if nothing comes up?
Right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're going to make the appointment, right?
Yep.
Very simple. So time blocking, what it means is making an appointment with yourself.
Right.
Right. So why wouldn't you make appointments with the most important person in your life, and that is yourself?
Yeah.
Instead of letting other people dictate how you should use your time, your inbox, other people's agenda, block out the time for yourself.
Steven's really good at this. Steven on our team, copywriter, director. Yep.
Time blocking.
Very good at this.
You would make and keep the appointment with the doctor. Make and keep that with yourself. So block out the time. Hey, you know what? I'm going to block out this time to work on money now.
Yep.
I'm going to block out this time to work on money in the future.
Yep.
I'm going to block out this time to work out and exercise. Right? If you don't, that's the problem. If you don't block it out, ain't going to happen. Right? If you say, well, after a long day of work, I guess I'll go to the gym, and then you're like, I don't want to go. I'm tired. I don't want to go, right?
Oh.
Right. But versus if you make it a time, you know what? From 6 to 7.
Yes.
I'm going to work out. Right? Boom. Just put that.
And then have an alarm in there, have your calendar.
Yeah, just block out that time with yourself, right? Now, what happens when you actually make appointments with yourself? Example, let's say for creating content, let's say for making videos, right?
Yes.
I block out the time. Tired or not, inspire or not, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You block out the time, you're going to do it. Right? I schedule time to think, because if you don't schedule time to think, there's no thinking time. You're just busy. So I actually block out the time, say, hey, this is the time that I'm going to block out. I'm going to think.
Yep.
Right? How many entrepreneurs do that? Very few. Very few. Right? I keep those appointments with myself, just I would keep an appointment with someone else.
Yep.
You're very, very important. Do that. Once you block out the time with yourself.
Yep.
Right? With yourself. Here's a mistake that a lot of people make.
Yep.
Okay. They let other people dictate their schedule.
Right.
Right. Now, imagine, would you give your wallet to a stranger to hold on to?
No.
But remember the initial example I gave you, the time bank. Then why would you give your time to people to let them dictate how to use your time? You wouldn't give your wallet to a stranger. Then why would you give your time to a stranger?
Right.
If a telemarketer calls you and say, hey man, I want to get a boat cruise package for you, man. Like, dude, you're wasting my time. Period. Right? That's the thing. So the biggest mistake that you can make is you have no end time.
Yes.
So when you have to-do lists on your agenda, you just say, you know what, today I'm going to work on these couple of things.
Yeah.
But you have no end time. You're not training yourself to be productive.
There's no urgency.
So the question is, if let's say you block out your time in terms of a 15-minute increment, 1 hour increment, 30-minute increment, doesn't matter, whatever works for you. You're not finishing, let's say after 30 minutes, I'm only halfway done.
Yeah.
Don't keep dragging on. Train yourself, turn that off, go to the next thing. You can book another time with yourself to work on that. But unless you do that, you're training your mind to work slow, because you always procrastinate and delay, right? You think, because you're training your mind, hey, nothing happens if this drags on. I thought it's going to take an hour. Now it ends up taking 3 hours. When you do this, when you train your mind to there's an end time, you're making an appointment with yourself. I only block out an hour for this. I'll get it done, period. And what happens is now the time gets shorter and shorter and shorter. So you need to be okay and have the discipline and say, hey, I'm going to cut this off. And if you're always missing, always like not ending it on time, it means that probably the way that you set your time, you're not being realistic.
Yeah.
Right? It means that the task require more skills than maybe the skills you have right now.
Yep.
Let me give you a perfect example. Let's say you're closing for someone, right? You're closing and you block out the time for a 30-minute call.
Right.
But every single time it goes over.
Right.
It takes you an hour or maybe even 70 minutes to close the sale.
Right.
But you block out always 30 minutes.
Yep.
Well, your skill is not good enough for you to close that sale
in 30 minutes.
You're not there yet, but you will get there. Give yourself 1 hour. So then just do that for 1 hour. And then eventually you say, you know what, let me shorten it to 55 minutes,
Yeah.
50 minutes, 45. Then you get better and better until your point you can do 30 minutes. So your capabilities, your skills match up with your expectations. Then you can do a 30-minute increment.